Hello, everybody. Thanks for checking out today's broadcast. My name is Jonathan. It is April 9th, and it is day 158 of my 3-year challenge to take control of my food addiction and to get my weight and health back in control. Or back to a reasonable size. I started my challenge on November 1st, 2020. When I started the challenge, I went in planning on doing an extended fast for 30 days. Not sure what the diet was going to be after that. I got to the 30 days and decided that I wanted to push it a little bit longer, and so I ended up water fasting for a total of 1,000 hours. It was 42 days. I lost 90 pounds in that time, and since then I have switched to a whole food plant-based diet free of any added salt, oil, or sugar to the foods that we make. I've lost another 60 pounds since then, or 70 pounds since then. 20 of that was from doing another extended fast. Wednesday, I had a great weigh-in. I lost a couple pounds, and since then, I had been pretty busy since then. Overall, I wasn't able to broadcast yesterday, so I had because I had some work to do. If anybody has any non-scale victories they'd like to share, I'd love to hear them. If you do have any other questions or comments you want to ask me, feel free to ask them at any time. If you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to the page. After you subscribe, make sure you hit the bell icon to turn on notifications so you will get notified when I go live, which is usually 4 p.m. on weekdays. I also have an Instagram account, which is @Fasting. That's FAHSTING. And then I also have a Discord that me and Carrie post on our Discord. And the link to the Discord is down below in the description of the video. That link will be active for 1 week. So you can join the Discord. Like I said, we just post a lot of meals or just things like that, what we post on the Discord. And then it's a great place for you guys to ask questions, not, when it's not when I'm not live. So with that, I guess I would gonna have to go with my non-scale victory for me. The first one I can think of, or the biggest one, is this morning I was going through my dresser grabbing something, or looking for a shirt, and there was a shirt I hadn't grabbed pretty much ever. If I ever wore it, it was as an undershirt, and it is this I don't know if you'll be able to read it on the probably backwards to you guys, but it says Dadzilla, father of the monsters. So I hadn't worn this shirt, and so I grabbed it and I put it on, and it fits. It's baggy, actually. It's a little big. It's a 6X. And so I was happy that I wore it, because when I tried it on before, I think it was that it was just short. I have kind of a thing where I don't like to wear a shirt that's too short. So I guess the other part of the non-scale victory of me wearing this shirt is that when I came upstairs, my daughter saw the shirt and read it, and then she realized that it was a shirt. She remembered that they gave me the shirt at Father's Day or my birthday within the last couple years. It might have even been 2 years ago, but it was a shirt that they got me for Father's Day, and I never really wore the shirt. Like I said, it didn't fit great at the time, even though it was a 6X. And so if I wore it, I wore it as an undershirt. And my daughter had noticed that, and she said, "Oh, you're wearing the shirt," and she even was kind of like, "You couldn't fit into that one before." And Uh, so they're definitely noticing my weight loss too, which is great to see. So yeah, it was really awesome to be able to wear the shirt, have my kids recognize that it was a gift they gave me, and just kind of the whole experience was great. So that would be uh, my non-skill victory, I guess. Since then, uh, the did I write down the? That's weird. Okay. I was looking at my notes here and I had something I was going to talk about and I thought I put it in my notes and I don't see it here. Um, now that I'm looking and I can't remember what it was, which is really funny. Oh, okay. So, I do remember what it was and I don't know why it's not on here because I know I wrote it down. So maybe I wrote it on the wrong sheet. So, what I was going to talk about was yesterday I was unable to stream because I had meetings yesterday evening, and the meeting I had to go to was uh, 2 hours away or 2.5 hours away from where I live. Had to have the meeting, and then I had to drive back 2.5 hours back home uh, from the meeting and it ended up being a fairly hectic day. I ate a little bit in the morning or a decent amount in the morning yesterday, but didn't have much for lunch and then kind of rushed to get on the road and started driving. And I knew when I left that I was putting myself in a position where I wasn't going to be eating for another 6 or 7 hours and I had no problem with it, I guess, was kind of the first thing I would notice is that, like, mentally, I was just like, okay, it's just what it's going to be. It's going to be, 6 hours before I get any food. If I really got into a pinch, I'm sure there's fruit or there would have been grocery stores I could have stopped at, especially on the way back. I was more in a hurry to get up there than I was to get back. So once I got 2 hours away and had the meeting, if I was really in a position where I thought I needed to eat, I would have been able to grab something. But when I left, I just left, and like I said, I knew I wasn't going to be able to eat, but I was okay with it, which was something, in the past I would have been like, okay, I'm going to hit the gas station as I'm filling up. I'll run inside. I'll grab whatever I can grab to eat and then get on the road. And that didn't happen. I just filled up the car and left. Actually, I did go into one of the gas stations because I didn't think I brought my bottle of water. I have my large bottle of water here that big as my head. I didn't think I had taken it with me, and so I was halfway up or on my way up, realizing that I didn't have any water. So I did stop to get a bottle of water. After the fact, actually, it was today when I was loading my kids into the car, I realized that I had set that jug on one of the kids' car seats and just didn't notice it after that point. But it was fine. So went up, did my meeting. On my way home, I think I guess that was the reason. On my way home, I started to feel the hunger. I started feeling hungry. And the hunger it was just, I had a real dryness in my throat. And I could just, like I said, I felt it in my throat, I guess, that I was getting hungry. I was drinking water just to kind of keep things satisfied because I knew I wasn't going to have any food. But at no point did I ever consider eating or doing, settling and having something or doing, like I was just like, okay, I'm gonna get home. There's food at home, and I'm gonna eat when I get home, and that's what I did. I drove all the way back. Not even looking at fast foods or thinking about food, and I allowed myself to get hungry and to just stay hungry for a little bit. It and obviously that's probably pretty funny sounding from a guy who went 42 days without eating, but it was different, and I didn't feel hunger that same way. Didn't I didn't yeah, like hunger before and even like during the fat, hunger is such a mental thing. It was such a you have to eat this or you need so much of this, or like the idea of not having animal protein in my diet was absurd, and now uh, that's completely different. Uh, so that's what I guess I'm comparing. I was still very mentally and in some ways probably physically addicted to salts, oils, and sugars, but the fast foods and that way and that lifestyle of eating, you know, and I feel like I'm really getting to the point where I'm getting on top of that, leaving that addiction behind, or not. Those things aren't my preference for foods anymore, so they don't appeal to me, and that is been really an eye-opening thing about this diet for me overall. And the other part of it that has been a little eye-opening, or I've been thinking about, has been with our kids, and the thing that we run into is we are trying to transition our kids into eating less animal protein, eating a more whole food, plant based diet. We're doing vegan chicken nuggets or just vegan nuggets, and we've tried Boca burgers, and we're trying lots of different whole food uh, options for the kids, and we're slowly finding things that they like. But it's hard to switch them from a diet that we've allowed them to be used to for so long, and that they still are going to get access to at school as well. I don't know if it's something where they have I guess vegetarian or vegan options for kids at school, but uh even if they did, my kids probably wouldn't choose that. Like I couldn't, I wouldn't be able to make sure they chose it if they had to choose. So, I mean, obviously we could cook the food or we could make the food for them. But, anyways, the what I'm talking about with is that we're trying to slowly get them to start eating the way that we're eating, but we're still allowing the old way of eating in, or to be part of the way their diet. And it's just a weird kind of thing to me because I want to switch them over, and I want to do it for their benefit. I really feel like it's not. It's. I mean, this book I'm listening to, all the books I've listened to, there's lots of benefits to eating this way as long as you're eating a well balanced diet. And we don't want to get our kids into a thing where they're just eating one type of food that they is just that the nuggets are satisfying. I don't want them to just always have corn dog nuggets, or like I said, vegan nugget. The corn dog nuggets are like that we gave them the other day. And that's the other thing is they name them after meat foods, but they're actually plant. But the plant based, I want them to enjoy things that they're not enjoying, like the salads or the potato dishes that Kiri makes, the curries, the things like that. Uh, yeah, I don't know. It's just a weird thing because I like I said, I think that it would greatly benefit them to go on the diet that we're going on, and it's weird too because like it's you wouldn't say that about other diets, you know. So like nobody that is on keto who is eating keto for a long time and has lost weight eating keto, they're not saying, you know, I think I should switch my kids over to keto so that they're healthier. But I'm saying that with my diet, like that, like it if, and I don't know that there's any evidence that it wouldn't be healthy for them to eat a whole food plant based diet. Like I said, as long as they're getting variety, I understand that those diets can be uh, bad for them if they're not, if they're just, like I said, pigeonholing what they're eating and they're only eating, uh, like my son, if he doesn't like something, he'll eat toast with peanut butter on it, and that, or toast with butter, or with vegan butter now, but uh, like that just be what he eats. And if that is all of his diet, then that's not going to be good for him. But if we can get him to slowly, or we can find foods that are whole food, plant based, that he enjoys, then I think that it's beneficial for our children to be on this type of diet. Uh, Carrie says that they are really good about trying everything, and they have been. They've been getting better about trying things. I think that some of it has been that we don't push them either, so they know if they try it and they just go, you know, that we're not going to be like, all right, you got to eat more. We just are okay. We gave it a shot, uh, but they also know that if they go blah, they're not getting something great in place of it. We're not going to make them something uh, that's better than, you know, that's, you know, it's going to end up being the toast and peanut butter, or butter. But so so yeah, it's hard because I want to try to kind of get my kids to eat this way and to see that it's beneficial, but for, you know, all of their lives they've been allowed to eat all this other crap that I had an extremely hard time. I still have a hard time with the addiction to it. That I can't expect a kid that's under 10 years old or a kid that's under 5 years old to understand self control, um, or temptation, things like that, because it, yeah, it just, that's unreasonable to expect that. It's unfortunate because if we'd have eaten or done things a certain way their whole lives, they wouldn't expect or look for those things as often. Or yeah, so uh, so that's, like I said, it's a balancing act that we're trying to work on, and it was just something that I got thinking about because uh, I was actually thinking about how I'm feeling like I'm really getting close to, like I said, I'm changing my taste preferences or my food desires. Uh, I don't know that I'm not addicted to food still. Like I still will eat a lot of a particular thing if that's what's available. And, you know, I had not much food here today, so I had 5 pieces of Ezekiel bread with peanut butter on them because it's what I had. And it, but I don't feel guilty about eating that either because it's really not that many calories, and it's literally the only calories I've had all day. Uh, I'm hoping to have something really good for dinner tonight, and you know, and so that will make up for not. And even if I don't have anything good for dinner, then I'll survive and I'll have something good another day. But uh, I just was, like I said, noticing how I'm getting over it, and then, you know, I, with this book that I listened to, the How Not to Die by Dr. Greger, there's so much of it that seems like common sense, or it seems like uh Carrie says I might be addicted to dried mango. Oh yeah. We got 3 new bags. 3 big bags of mango. Because you get them at Costco and you have to make a trip there. And it's like one of the few things that I really enjoy from Costco. So tomorrow we'll have 2 bags of mango left. And I won't feel that bad about mangoes because I heard they're good for you. Uh, so yeah, just I know how tough it is, and to to break these cycles, and it feels so good to be kind of, like I said with the Easter, kind of seeing the jelly beans. There was very much you know, maybe someday that extra little bump of calories, but right now I like my body not on sugar right now. Um, the Versus how it was when it was on sugar. This is your body. This is your body on sugar. This is your body halfway through a whole food plant based diet. So that so yeah, that's my big thing. Is that's why I don't want to ruin the groove or the mojo that I have going with my diet. But for me, that is gonna be about everything I had to talk about. I got a decent amount of stuff to do this weekend, so I probably should get off of here for now. But I want to thank you guys for checking out my video. I appreciate everybody that does check out the videos and likes them and everything. If you haven't already, I know I said at the beginning, but if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, hit the Instagram at Fosting, and do the Discord. Join the Discord, introduce yourself, let us know what you got going on, what you're trying to do. If you are saying that you've tried everything and you can't lose weight, have you tried a whole food plant based diet? And if you've tried a whole food plant based diet, have you tried it without salt, oil, or sugar? Because if you haven't, then you can't say you've done everything. So that's my. I guess I'll sign off with that. Everybody have a great weekend. I'll see you in a little bit, Carrie. All right, bye.